Hi, I'm Maria Nagaga, and welcome back to Code Conversations, and I'm here with
Mikael Mengistu.
So we're continuing our conversation on SignalR, and in our previous video, we looked at how we can bring SignalR into your application using NuGet packages. In this video, we're going to actually start building our first chat app.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you how to build a simple chat app using SignalR.
This is going to be really cool. So we're going to switch over to your computer, and we can get started.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So we're going to start out by writing our server code. Here you can see we're working in a class called ChatHub, which derives from our SignalR concept of a hub. A hub is sort of the basic programming model. It's an abstraction over a persistent connection between your client and your server. And it basically is what allows you to send the real-time updates between your client and server, and which allows you to really get that real-time functionality.
OK, so the hub handles that all for us, that back and forth.
Exactly.
OK, cool.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to call clients.all.invoke async. And what this line is doing is it's basically saying when a client calls the send method on this chat hub and passes in the message that they want to pass into the chat, we're telling all of the clients to invoke their send method with the message parameter that you've just sent to the hub. And so what that is basically going to do is, as you'll see when we actually write our client code, is we're going to define a send method on the client, and it'll get passed in this message that it got from whatever client sent it, and we'll be able to handle that in our chat application.
And that was all done in one line of code?
Yeah, I mean just the server bit to actually pass that message across to all the clients and tell them, hey, we have a message, handle it with your send method.
That's pretty simple, and for newbies, that is not intimidating at all.
Oh yeah, it's nice and clean, and that's sort of the beauty of SignalR, is just how easy it is to use.
OK, so we've written some server code. So I presume the next step is kind of adding it into our middleware, so we can start using it?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's save this file and move to our startup CS. So let's go ahead and add it to our services. Add SignalR. And then what we have to do is actually map our chat hub to an endpoint.
OK.
So we'll just call use SignalR. Let's map hub, and then we'll pass in the chat hub.
OK.
And we'll just configure it to map to the endpoint chat.
All right.
So that's all we have to do there. And last but not least, let's go ahead and write our client code.
Cool. So what do we need to put in there?
So here, I've already written this client code. I'm just going to paste it into these script tags. And what's happening first is we're establishing our hub connection at the chat endpoint, like we just configured. And then, if you remember from the hub, we're telling our clients to invoke their send method. So we need a send method on our client. So we're saying hub connection on send, execute this function with the parameter message. So all we're going to do is create a list element, give it the inner text of the message that we've just received,
Yeah.
and then add that to our list UI. And once that's configured, all we have to do is tell our hub connection to begin. And from then on, it's ready to receive invocations from the server and also create its own invocations to the server. So what we do here is we basically, in our form, just add an event listener to the submit event, and we just pull the text from our form UI, and we just invoke send on the server, and that will invoke send on all the clients, and they'll all get the message that we just passed in. Now, let's go ahead and run the application. So So .NET Run.
That is your chat application running?
Yeah, so this is the application hosted at localhost 5000 in one browser, Chrome here on our left, and then on Edge on our right. And so if we go ahead and we can say hello from Chrome and we hit send, we'll get it instantly on both browsers without having to refresh. And we can say hello from Edge here. And they can go ahead and communicate back and forth.
And you can be like, thanks for coming to Code Conversations, and it goes back and forth and back and forth. So this is a really sweet demo, and I'm presuming that everyone who's watching this at home will probably want to know how they can have a look at what the team's doing. Where can they go to learn more?
Yeah, so all of our work is open source and on GitHub. So if you just go to github.com/ASP.NET/SignalR, you can go ahead and see literally everything we're working on, issues, pull requests, and you can stay up to date with how SignalR Core is going.
Oh yeah, and there are also some samples there that people can take advantage of as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, this is really cool. All right, so I'm so excited that you came, Mikael.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
And I'm really looking forward to using SignalR more. And if people build anything with SignalR, please, they should reach out to you. Your Twitter handle will be right at the bottom.
Absolutely.
Want to know what you're doing, and we're always excited to hear from you. So thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, see you next time.